Do you know, you could be creating a retention and engagement problem with the way you run your leadership development programs, and no one's going to thank you for lowering the performance of the organisation. And this is why I think it's time to stop nominating people to attend leadership programs. Why do people do this? Well, often the first step to an internal promotion is and why do people do this? Well, often the first step to an internal promotion to being a leader is completing a leadership development program. I often see attendance on this type of program being decided by nominations. Leaders or senior leaders or whoever nominate those people they believe to have demonstrated potential to become a leader. But Gartner's research found that only 19% of HR leaders believe that their organisation's selection process yields the right people for the role. What's the problem with nominations? Well, we nominate people who look like us, defaulting to unconscious biases, thus minimising the diversification of the pipeline. Nominations also remove the individual's ownership of the decision about whether they're correctly positioned for the role and if it aligns with their long-term goals even. It drives a parent-child relationship where only a certain few people control others' access to opportunity. Individuals don't have the opportunity to think hard about why they believe they're suited to the role if we use nominations. And if they don't think they're suited, how easy is it for them to say no thanks? And non-typical talent can stay hidden if they don't look or sound like those people who are nominating them. This all boils down to subjectivity rather than transparency and objectivity. What should you be doing instead? Well, I think first of all, help individuals discover whether management and leadership is right for them. And I don't mean the mechanics of the job, such as the performance review process, but the issues such as equal pay, support for social justice, remote work, redundancies, dismissals. They should encourage candidates. We should encourage individuals to consider, for example, what they should do if they're asked a question and they don't know the answer, or how can they help an employee who's going through a difficult time if they're going through one themselves. Removing nominations also puts accountability on the individual to decide, is this role right for me? And it allows them to choose without losing face. Then ask people to nominate themselves for managerial roles by allowing people to apply for places on development programs, much in the same way that people apply for jobs. If that's a step too far initially, well, managers could still put promising candidates forward, but individuals are invited to toss their hats in the ring as well. And of course, you'll need a rigorous application process, and not everyone who applies will be successful. This selection process should be anonymised and ask applicants to think hard about why they believe they're suited to the role. Ask individuals to reflect on whether they have or display those leadership qualities, traits and behaviours inside or outside work. And then objectively measuring those behavioural skills, those building blocks that are needed for competencies and aligning aspirations will give you the best people likely to make great leaders. Now, the CMI found that as many as 82% of new managers in the UK are what it calls accidental managers. Yet when people are allowed to self-discover their fit for a role, they're more than twice as likely to find the job manageable, engaging and rewarding. Isn't it time you prevented retention and engagement problems with your leadership development programs, rather than potentially adding to them?